Hey there, BookTube. Noah. Thanks for coming by my channel. Everyone who reads it must converse. This is a video that's a little bit of a request, but I would rather do this kind of thing most of the time if I can with content. So anybody who, if you see anything you like on my bookshelf tours, or in any of my tag videos or something like that, if there's something that you want me to give my take on, just holler at me in the comments and I'll do it. This one is for the Bookish Bryants. And if you do not know who the Bookish Bryants are, I'll leave a link in the box. They are husband and wife reading buddies that are super great. I'm so glad you guys started a channel. I really enjoy your content, and yeah, check them out. They're some fun, that's for sure. They both have different reading taste, and they do good videos. So I did a tag video where I just shared some random stuff according to the tag, my leap year tag, and one of the books that came up there, they requested that I do a little take on, and that book is Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. It's a great looking book, isn't it? I actually picked this up on a random, just a random buy. I'll do that with sci-fi sometimes because, if it's good, then you can't go wrong. So I'll buy some random sci-fi sometimes just to get something that I don't have any experience with yet. And that was the case with this. And whenever this book is talked about, I've turned a couple of brothers of mine on to this book because it's just awesome. Anybody can read this book. Anybody and everybody. I recommend it to everyone. If you're looking for something good to read, this is it. And sci-fi, sure, but it's not just for hardcore sci-fi readers. That's for sure. Anybody will enjoy this book. It is a time travel story. It is a time travel narrative. Now, people give great response on this book. A lot of people enjoy it and they like it. So I feel like I'm in good company with that. So this book follows a guy named Jason Dessen. And you meet him right at the beginning, Jason Dessen. He's got a wife, a beautiful wife. He's got a 14-year-old son, and they're just having family night, And you get a sense that him and his wife have been together since, college. They've been together for a long time, 14 years, or a little more, 15 years maybe. And they have a great life that they're happy with. Not to say that it's ideal, of course. Now, you get the feeling that Jason is a very smart person, a physicist actually. Now he teaches physics at a university, not some Ivy League school or anything, but a university level. Teaches physics. His wife does small, teaches art, so they're teachers. But you get a sense that, they're teachers because they had their son. And they chose to go that route with their life, and focus on the family, build a family, and that's where they're at. And like I said, it's family night, and Jason gets a pass to go out and hit a bar real quick. A friend of his from college that is accepting an award. He's made an awesome discovery, and he's won a lot of accolades and stuff like that. So just a small little go say hey, congratulations, that kind of thing. And he does that. He busts out from the family night, says, be back in 45 minutes. And while he's out, he is abducted. And he is abducted, and in just a very strange kind of way. He's stuck with needles, and he's forced to change clothes, and then he's forced into some kind of a machine. Now, this kind of sci-fi story reminds me of two movies. And if anybody is familiar with some sci-fi time travel movies, The Jacket with Adrian Brody. That is a time travel story with Adrian Brody in it. It's good, definitely worth a watch. And then Time Crimes is a movie that is a Spanish language movie. You have to watch it in subtitles. I don't know the names of any of the actors or actress that's in that, but it is an exceptionally well done and great time travel movie. So Time Crimes. Time Crimes actually reminds, this book reminds me a lot, or that Time Crimes reminds me a lot of this story, The Jacket as well, in the way that time travel works. So he's abducted, and then he's put into this contraption, and he wakes up in a world that physically is like our world, but he has a completely different life than he had before he went into the contraption. Through a series of events, he realizes what has happened. In an alternate timeline, he has invented a time travel machine, and the him that did that went into the machine, got lost. The kind of way that the time travel works out, I don't want to spoil it, but it uses the multi-universe theory. If you're not familiar, what it is that every choice that you have creates an alternate timeline. So if I choose to hold this book upside down, there's another timeline where I didn't do that. There's multiple universes going on at all times, based on and how many millions or infinite there are going on is based on your choices. So when the him that has developed this time travel machine goes through that, he ends up in like nowhere land, where there's just a lot of doors, and when he goes through a door, he ends up in one of a possibilities, and that one has been trying to get back to his actual world, his actual reality that he left. And I think I'm just gonna leave it right there, because the story gets completely mind-blowingly crazy. It is a master, like, just read. Harlan Coben says, a masterful, truly original work of suspense. Crouch delivers laser-focused prose, a plot that melds science fiction and thriller to a brilliant effect, and a touching, twisted love story that plays out in ways you'll never see coming. That is very, very true with that. Andy Weir, the writer of The Martian, says, exceptional, an exciting, ingeniously plotted adventure about love, regret, and quantum superposition. It's been a long time since a novel sucked me in and kept me turning pages the way that this one did. Now, it's just a joy. This is a wild ride. It gets you to places where you know you never thought you'd get. If you've ever seen the time travel movie Primer, one of the best ever made, and it's an independent film, but Primer is awesome. The amount of just insanity that movie gets to with the time travel. This thing gets you there, and it's very easy to follow. I mean, I followed it and just crushed this book. So there we go. I don't wanna say too much more. There's you know there's a lot to this story, and it's very fun. But it is delivered in a very straightforward, accessible narrative that has a lot of heart, and I loved it. So thank you for joining me, BookTube. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you're looking for some good a good sci-fi read, pick up Dark Matter by Blake Crouch, and I'll catch you next time. Thank you, BookTube.